TaxRep Network is brought to you by Bench, America's largest bookkeeping service for small businesses. Bench is committed to supporting business owners that have fallen seriously behind on their books, something that is all too common in representation work. They combine powerful technology and an in-house expert bookkeeping team to deliver accurate financials for every year of missing returns. Bench specializes in tough cases, solving even the most complex, difficult, and time-consuming client challenges. Working with Bench means more time for you to focus on actively working rep cases, problem solving, and growing your practice. What's more, they're fast, meaning you'll be keeping clients and revenue officers happy. It's a win-win. One of the greatest things I found is that if it's a really big, messy case, they can throw more and more people at it versus anyone I could find locally. Once Bench helps your clients fully catch up, their monthly bookkeeping service keeps them out of trouble, ensuring you can provide a truly lasting resolution. Bench's partner program is perfect for tax pros that need a dependable resource they can trust to get their clients caught up. With meaningful partner benefits and dedicated support, Bench already works with many TaxRep members. Find out more at www.bench.co/taxrep. That's www.bench.co/taxrep. So how do I call the IRS and get through much faster? How do I avoid those courtesy hangups that the IRS does? I use Call ENQ. ENQ is a service that you can use to get through to the IRS much faster, get to a representative, and basically get your case resolved. We set up a special arrangement for TaxRep Network listeners where you can try the service, get 200 minutes for $19.95. For less than $20, you get 200 minutes and you will save hours and hours and hours of time and frustration. Just go to callenq.com/TRN. Again, callenq.com/TRN as in TaxRep Network. Try the service. It will literally change your practice. How do I manage my tax rep practice? How do I get transcripts? How do I track what is going on with the IRS with every single one of my client cases? How do we complete the offer forms, the powers of attorney, everything? We use Tax Help software. Tax Help software is the cornerstone of our practice. We use it for its intelligent ordering. Every single night, it will update the transcripts on our clients, so we will see things happen long before those letters even go to the mail. We can then, react. We can let the client know. We can get all the transcripts we need to determine what our client's best options are, when is the debt going to expire, and we can fill in all of the IRS forms and get them filed accurately, the analysis done correctly. If you're interested in giving it a test, go to taxhelpsoftware.com, use promo code TaxRepTrial, all one word, all caps. You will get a free 2-week trial. Again, that's taxhelpsoftware.com, TaxRepTrial, all caps for a free 2-week trial. If you love it and want to buy it, use TaxRep10, capital, all caps, TaxRep10, TaxRep10, all caps, one word. You'll save 10% on your purchase. It will be the engine that runs your tax rep practice, just like it's what we use for ours. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us for this week's Tax Rep Network podcast. I'm Eric Green. I am joined with my friend, Seth Fineberg. You probably know Seth. He is the editorial manager for AccountingWeb, where you can go get a ton of content. It's a phenomenal site. I love the daily emails I get with the updates. But what I wanted to do, Seth, is you guys have sort of a big event coming up.
We do.
Of course, it's going to be big. I'm going to be there. But no, there's an event. And what I wanted to do is for the listeners, one who may not know about AccountingWeb, put this out there or put it up there on their dashboard that they should go check out. But also let people know that we're all going to be in San Diego together and for what looks like a very cool conference in a really cool place. I think, Seth, if you don't mind, for those people who have not been out onto the site, can you What is AccountingWeb?
So AccountingWeb is, so it's a title that has, been around really about as long as I myself have been covering the profession for about 20 years. And it's actually been around slightly longer than that. But realistically, when I came on 7 years ago as the editor, I realized one of the things that was lacking in the world of news and information in the accounting profession was that practical and useful information for specifically for accounting professionals. So if you go to work as an enrolled agent, as a CPA, professional bookkeeper, and you run a practice yourself, or you're kind of part of the decision making at a firm, you are our audience. So AccountingWeb itself is, really an online resource, a site for practical and useful information for accounting professionals. We have folks who only do tax. We have folks who are really just core focuses on the bookkeeping, and then we have others who are doing it all. They do tax, they do advisory, they do, the books. They're, helping small businesses to run, and they're doing, everything in between. So compliance, advisory, everything in the middle. And, we're really at a time in the profession where, this is the type of information that is needed the most. Great to get news. There's plenty of places out there to get your news on what firms are doing, what companies are doing, what's coming out of Capitol Hill, what's going on, generally that's impacting, businesses and finance and, all across the board. But, outside of, I think, some of the state society pages do a good job, and some national associations do a good job of this. But you really got to look for it. We wanted to just be the one place that you can go. It's all right here. And I know how accountants are. It's just make it easy for them. They're incredibly busy, incredibly focused on so many other things. Why are they going to bother paying attention, read an article, download a white paper, listen to a podcast, sit through a webinar? You have to give them something that they can use and condense it, and they can get on with their day. That's what we do every day.
And I myself have written for AccountingWeb. I've got people.
Yes, you have. And so we rely on professionals like you, Eric, who just, this is your bread and butter. This is what you do. You know your stuff. We don't, I've been a journalist. I am a journalist. I've written tons of articles in my life. I've reported on things. We don't do a lot of that. What we do is we rely a lot on folks like Eric and folks who are in the profession. They're doing this day in and day out, and they're the thought leaders, and they give the bylines and they give the guidance to fellow professionals.
You guys have never done a live conference before.
No.
And obviously we are. So, I mean, this is a broad brush, for the folks listening. May 9th to the 11th, we're going to be in San Diego. Wow. Paradise Point Resort. I'm going to be there. But, out of curiosity, what prompted this? Like what was the thought process, for, we're coming out of COVID, yes. Live events are coming back, yes. What led AccountingWeb to decide to actually hold its first in-person event?
So we're actually, just a small caveat there, Eric, it is actually going from the 9th to the 12th. So it's really 3 solid days of networking, of learning, of really just kind of, listening to, to thought leaders, much like you would read on AccountingWeb and download our guides and white papers, but also the networking aspect. We felt the return to live was a good time for us to really come out and put our brand out there in the market. Again, we've been this brand around for 20 plus years. There's a lot of the profession who really don't know us, who don't know what we are, don't know what we do, and what we live and breathe every day. And again, I've been to my share of conferences and over the 20 years, and I've helped even put some together, for, former titles that I worked for. And we realized that, not having done one, before, it was really time in a lot of ways, because again, of just the timing of, everyone's kind of coming out and they're looking for something new. There's a lot of things that have just, again, no disrespect to anyone who's done this before. It is not an easy task to take on and do a live event and have something meaningful. There's a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort that goes into it. And, you have people depending on you. You have vendors in the space who are supporting you. You have the folks who you want to travel out there to see. You have to give them something that maybe they haven't seen before. So we went through the pains of putting something together that was diverse, that was unique, and also very much AccountingWeb. And also, we've got a lot of the expected too. We have some names that you will recognize and have seen, but we also wanted to give a stage to some of the folks that haven't had a voice very much in the profession, that we've recognized, that we've identified, through our own connections, through social media, through going to events, and just really, being out there and people reaching out to us. So again, a lot of it, really was timing, Eric. For us, we thought long and hard about this. We debated internally over the years, and for a while, particularly in the U.S., the market was fairly crowded. There was just a lot to go to throughout the year, and we figured, how could we even compete? How could we even put ourselves out there and do something that is meaningful? So I think we're kind of definitely seizing on this opportunity of timing here to jump out and say, look, this is AccountingWeb. This is who we are. This is what we stand for, and we plan to grow this and build on it, build on the momentum that that we have. And so we structured it so the networking aspect is a priority, both for our vendors who are supporting us and for the attendees who are there. There's going to be plenty of time to do that, and also to learn and, get a good flavor of what we're about.
Right. And at the conference, there are three distinct tracks, right? You have tax and finance, practice growth, and I think technology, innovating.
Yeah. Innovating for the future, practice growth, and tax and finance. These are, and at one time, Eric, we thought of having four, because, we could have, we kind of expanded out, but we kind of condensed some of these ideas and said, you know what, these are three pillars that we stand on every day. So if you come to AccountingWeb, you'll see that, the most trafficked areas of our site, really our tax channel, our practice channel, and our tech channel. And within that, sure, we've got essentials for bookkeepers. We do touch on audit and things like that. But by and large, it's those core areas, and so we figured we have to do this in a way that that can make sense, and it's really kind of a something for everyone. And by everyone, it's really our core audience. Again, going back to our enrolled agents, our CPAs, our professional bookkeepers, the folks who are running sole practices, small practices, day in and day out. This is the DNA. Really, if you want to talk about the accounting profession, the accounting profession aren't mid to larger firms, not here in the States anyway, and not really so much in Canada either. This is a lot of our audience. Over in the UK, we do have a sister site called AccountingWeb UK, and the DNA over there of the accounting firm is kind of tends to be mid to larger firms. And that's not the case so much here. If you want to say that you're a professional accountant, you're a tax pro, you're a CPA working in a firm, most likely you're at one that is fairly small in size, and you're serving individual clients and small businesses, growing businesses on a daily basis. So we wanted to have sessions that really speak to you.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited about it. And by the way, the IRS executives I spoke with were very excited about it. So as you know, they looked at it and got back to me right away and said, no, Eric, we're in. It looks great. So as for those of you listening, I'm doing one session with Darren Guillot, the SBSC Commissioner for Enforcement. Darren's been on the podcast a bunch of times talking about resolving tax debts and what should people be thinking about in terms of that. In fact, Darren and I are going to have a planning session, I think in 2 weeks, to go through, what topics, what do we want to hit on. And then in the afternoon, I'm teaming up with Don Brolin, and we have the Deputy Chief of IRS Criminal Investigations, Jim Robnett.
Yeah, cannot wait for that one too either.
I think that is going to be very interesting because there's a lot going on. The crypto, you've seen the seizure stuff they put out on social media. All of the stuff that they're doing now is, I think, really innovative, and frankly, just fascinating. And even though a lot of practitioners don't really dip their toes into the criminal arena, one is they should. I mean, good accountants, we use them all the time in our criminal cases, right? Helping us get our arms around it, reconstructing things, trying to attack the tax loss, all those things that we do. But we got two big people from the IRS coming that night. For those of you, sorry, Seth, I got to plug my own thing.
Please do.
Tax Rep Network is doing a private dinner. So our members that are there, we're doing a private dinner at the resort, actually out on the patio. We took the outdoor patio, looks out at the water. Of course, weather, has to behave, but it's San Diego, like 365 days a year, it doesn't rain. So I'm banking on good weather.
So are we.
Yeah, and we're going to wrap up in time because there's some other events going on that night. People are going to want to get to. Zero, I believe, which is one of the big sponsors of the conference, is holding an event somewhere. But no, I think I'm very excited, and I think that if you go and check out the site, which is AccountingWebLiveSummit.com, I'll put a link in the description. If you go and check out the conference, there's some really cool people talking. In fact, I won't name them, but one or two I have to get on the podcast, and we can plug the conference again. But no, I think the topics are really timely, very cool. It's a great location. As much as don't get me wrong, I hate flying to the West Coast. San Diego is a beautiful place to be. 6
hours. We know from the East Coast over here. It's a schlep.
Yeah, but the resort is beautiful.
Yeah,
looks.
It's literally an island.
Yeah, not literally. No, I'm very excited for this. What do you think of the highlights? I mean, you've been planning this thing.
Well, we have, and we thought long and hard about it. And I'll be honest with you. I think initially we were looking at destination. It's like, where could we go? We're in the initial planning stage of this. It's like, where could we go that folks will just feel like, wow, I'm away. I'm somewhere new, or just somewhere I'm just going to really enjoy the location. And to be honest, we were thinking, well, hey, we're East Coast based, and a lot of our team from the UK are going to be coming over for this. Why not try to keep this East Coast? So we were actually originally looking at Miami. We were looking at some great spots there in Miami who have had accounting conferences before that could serve our audience well. And there was a couple of factors that kind of weighed in, but we were really just kind of at odds with the fact that it didn't quite have that wow. And so I said, you know what? I've been to some conferences out in San Diego. In fact, one of the last live conferences that I went to was in San Diego in 2019. And I said, why don't we look around there? Let's check West Coast. Sure, check out San Francisco. San Francisco is always fun and stuff. But by and large, you're kind of hotel bound there, and and you're sure you have the city as your oyster there, and that's a lot of fun. So they found this resort, Paradise Point. It is literally 10 minutes from the airport. They built a resort, an island resort, right in Mission Bay, out in San Diego, which, again, as you said, the weather there, I'd say 95% of the time is sunny and comfortable, and just a really, really great place to be. And because we really valued sort of the not only that wow factor, but just the the networking aspects of this event, we figured, wow, what better place than just kind of have this sort of self-contained place to be. And also, by the way, anyone still kind of that's maybe a little hesitant about sort of being kind of locked in a hotel and going up and down elevators and walking through hallways and stuff. And COVID is still kind of in the back of everyone's mind. The way that this place is structured, it's kind of open air. So you get to there's no elevators or stairs whatsoever. Everything is one level. Everything's kind of open air there too. So if you've ever been to some places, say like out in the Bahamas or some of these other island resorts, they're kind of structured very similarly, where you can just kind of, and everything is within a 10-minute walk of everything else. It's not like some of these Vegas hotels where you're walking for 10 or 15 minutes to get to to get to your session, or to get from your hotel room to the breakfast in the morning, whatever. And you're also not confined to sort of one building. Everything's kind of open. You can kind of see out in the bay. There's a beachfront there, and so I had to kind of talk that up a little bit. So it's really it's going to be large enough that it's really going to be significant enough for the vendors and folks who are coming there to support us. But it's been enough that everyone's going to have a chance to meet each other, to talk to each other, to learn from each other at the end of the day. And we're going to make sure right at the end, before everyone flies home at lunch, after lunch on the Thursday, the 12th, that we have a good roundtable discussion about what they still kind of maybe need to know. It's going to be kind of a review. And so that was something that was very important, I know, to me personally. And when I built the editorial agenda here, I said, I want people to come away feeling like you're thinking along the lines that I'm thinking, and I can actually take something away from this white paper, from this article, and maybe even apply it in my practice, and talk to my managing partners, talk to my team about saying, what, we've already been thinking about doing this for a while. I just downloaded this piece. I read this article by Eric or by Dawn, or downloaded this white paper, and yeah, this is kind of how we're thinking here. Like, we should really be moving in that direction. That means everything to me and to the team here at AccountingWeb. This is exactly what we're doing.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a fantastic conference. It's going to be a great networking event. If you're listening and want to go, please do. I think the early bird is still going on. There is a special discount for tax rep members and podcast listeners.
Yes, there is.
Yep, TRN 25. No spaces, capital T, capital R, capital N 25. Will get you 25% off. If you're going, let us know. Email us at TaxRep, and we will get you onto that private dinner as long as the space is available. I think the topics are cool. The place is cool. It's going to be a great time. It really is. I'm so looking forward. And I have to tell you, half the time I dread going to these things. This is one I'm really looking forward to.
Thank you. That's what we want. We don't want dread and doom and gloom. But no. Yeah, I mean, again, we realize, look, everyone, listening, we realize there's some hesitancy out there with just like, who are these guys, AccountingWeb? I don't know. Maybe I'll go next year. We'll see how it goes. Like, we just don't want you to miss out. We feel that we've priced things well enough, and things are, by the way, things are definitely filling up. If you have any interest at all, definitely jump on this. But to Tax Rep Network, Eric has been really great to us, and we wanted to be able to extend some discounts to you guys, and we're definitely doing that. We're able to do that for you, but it's already priced pretty darn well in my opinion. And I've been to a lot of conferences over the years, and we feel it's very fair with what we're doing, and even the hotel rates themselves, they really make sense. So if you're still kind of on the fence, like, definitely jump in, take a chance on us. Look at our agenda, go to accountingweblivesummit.com, check out what we have to offer. It's a good variety, and look at who some of the speakers are. You're probably going to recognize a lot of them, even the folks that you don't. We're organizing a lot of discussions. It's not also going to be, the sessions themselves, they're structured for, we've got about 15 credits of CPE available for those who are interested in that throughout the 3 days. And, so we're accredited to do that. But, also, you'll notice that there's a lot of panels and a lot of panel discussions, a couple of which Eric is on. We structured it that way. So it's not just folks speaking at you, not that we don't have some great solo speakers and some amazing keynote speakers. I cannot wait for you guys to meet these folks, and they're going to be there the whole time. But, to get you involved in the conversation, get your questions heard. And, if in that time of the session, it doesn't get answered, they're there, so you can talk to them. We've structured a lot of breakouts so you can, we really, really thought long and hard, about this. And, I'm sharing a lot of my experience with things at conferences that just flat out didn't work and just, didn't really make you want to, made it kind of put that sort of dread, and you're like, oh man, I know I got to go to this, but man, I'm just not looking forward to it. I really don't think that's the case, with this. So, and again, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions too. It's Seth.Fineberg@AccountingWeb.com.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, and you hit on nail on the head there. One of the big benefits of being there is, I'm hanging around for 3 days. So you can literally, like the morning, the breakfast, the buffet, you can walk up and have coffee with me, the government speakers. I mean, we're all kind of hanging around. So if you wanted to not just sit in on the sessions, but then go and, get that opportunity for a one-on-one.
Just thought of something like, I hate that. Like, it's like, oh man, this has been going for 100 minutes already. I got my 2 credits CP, but I just thought of a question now, I got to go on to the other thing. And I don't know if I'm going to see these guys again.
Right.
I hate that. I've always hated that, where you just think it's something you got to try, track them down like a stalker. Like, it's not going to be the case here. That's why we structured it in a way that's like, yeah, we're there the entire time together.
Yeah, no. So listen, Seth, thanks for coming on. I'm glad we did this.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And everyone, again, I'll put the link below. Go check out the AccountingWeb, the summit. I'm going to be there. I will put the discount code in as well. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me, reach out to Seth. We got some big people from the IRS there. We got the private dinner. It's San Diego. What could be better than that? It's going to be a great time. I mean, again, I'm very much looking forward to this.
It is. And again, of course, we got some fun stuff at night, planned too. Just the whole package. I know it's going to be over before it begins, but I think it's just going to be worth everyone's time. And some of these things I've been to, they go on for way too long, and you're just like you're done after 2 or 3 days anyway. And so we're just we're very mindful and respectful of your time, and I hope you check us out.
All right. Seth, thank you. Thank you all for listening in. Again, I'll put the info and the links down below in the description. And otherwise, I'll see you all next week on the Tax Rep Network podcast. Seth, thank you again for doing this, taking the time. And again, looks like pulling off it's going to be a great event.
Yeah, it's looking that way. So thank you so much, Eric. Thanks for having me on.